شهري بعد ناخذ ديبلوم تاعي في جامعة والله بالنسبة لي
تاخذي سومون باش
باش كمل الباك على روحي في 6 حاجات عندي وقت باش نخدم في معاودين ونشكو غير في جامعة صح ما نبغيش بالمصافحة بك مثلا قد حاجة غيرت اللي معايا زيد قبل قبل ما نعرف نجح صح عليهم بك ما خرجوش شو انا ربي يعني عبارة والله دي والله ربي يعطيك على خاطر حاجة اللي خلقتها والله لا ملاك
صباح هكا عندكم فلوس ايه كنا احنا اللي مانيش ماشي الشخصية العظيمة نحاولوا فيها حسب مستوى
ورا الماشي غدوة جدتي كذا وانا ليا ما نجمش نخرج من الدار جا طول الله بسيط خرج مش تبع كواسين يعوضوا عملوا زوج
مش ماشي فيكم الكل
وانا نشوفك في الجروب شيخ وهيش عملوا برشا جو ما عادش تعاود جو
نركع فيكم
تركع فينا باش احنا نمشوا للطبخة
نحب الناس عارفة خلوا الناس عارفة
لا برضه فرج
مش ماشي
ديما غير طلعتوا حتى فيديو في الجروب تفجعوا ليش نعملوا اما
دخلوني في الجروب تاع الرياض جبرتي على الضمانية
عمل ضمان أبوي والله نورمال ما تعمل ضمان أبوي وسيم بالله قداش عمرك؟ مش عمرك 21 سنة اقسم بالله أول ما دخلت بالي جونيور
هيك أنا متسمي عليا جونيور
ليه أنا أصلا في بالي عمرك أقل من 18 سنة والله ليه جونيور حتى وإيه ما يتصدم
تسمي عليا جونيور
اي والله تبان صغير
بيبي فيس
والله بالحق
Hello everyone. I think we can start now since we have 45 members who are in the Google Meet. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, honored local members, local presidents from the organizers to the participants, esteemed national board, respected international board, and dear senators from all around the globe. Welcome to the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, our virtual international conference for dialogue, innovation, and collaboration. We are thrilled to have you join us today from different corners of the world, united by a shared passion for entrepreneurship. But before starting, like the chamber habit, we should first start with the creed of the International Junior Chamber. Since we, sorry, you can speak Zakaria. Dumboya, I think, before starting the creed.
Excuse me, can you repeat that, please?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat what you said, please?
No, I was just welcoming all of you so that we can start the conference.
Ah, okay. So thank you so much.
Okay, welcome. So as I said before starting, like the chamber habit, we should first start with the creed of the International Junior Chamber. And since we are online and opening all mics make us some problems, I will read the creed for all of us, and respecting the diverse languages here. I'm going to read it in Arabic since we have more than one Arabic Junior Chamber, and then of course I will read it in English. Um, نحن نعتقد أن الإيمان بالله يعطي للحياة معناها الحقيقي، أن التاريخ البشري يفوق سيادة الدول، أن الاجتهاد وحرية الأفراد يضمنان العدالة الاجتماعية والاقتصادية، أن قيادة الشعوب تعتمد القانون وترفض التعسف أو الحيف، أن الذات البشرية هي أهم المكاسب وأغناها، وأن خدمة الإنسان هي أنبل عمل في الحياة. So now I will read it in English. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of men transcends the severity of nations, that economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men, that Earth's great treasure lies in human personality. So thank you all for listening. So I'm so excited for this great experience. In this age of connectivity, our ability to come together digitally represents a remarkable opportunity to transcend geographical boundaries and foster meaningful connection. Over the next hours, we will engage in insightful discussions, exchange groundbreaking ideas, and maybe embark on a journey of intellectual exploration. But before that, I will give the words to our guests and participants. Start with the local presidents of organizing local organization. Starting with our local president, Bayram Dghaish from GCI FAS. Bayram, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Sharif. Dear International Vice President, dear Nationals President, dear Executive National Vice President, dear Nationals and Directors Boards, dear speakers, experts, entrepreneurs, and all participants. Hello, everyone. I'm Bayram Bdghais, the President of GCI FAS from Tunisia. I'm delighted to be here today in this international conference, and equally thrilled to be working alongside our friends and partners, DCI New York City, DCI Aleppo, GCI Constanta, and GCI Shoratalis. I hope that this conference proves to be beneficial for all of us and that we can achieve the desired objectives during our time here. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude of all of you for joining us today and responding to the invitation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bayram, for thank you, Bayram, for your intervention. Now we will move to Hafsa Diallo, which is the local president of GCI New York City.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It is my honor to be here with you today as a JCI New York City partner of this conference. I am delighted to welcome you to this extraordinary gathering focused on the private theme of innovation and sustainable growth. Our collective presence here underscores the indomitable spirit of entrepreneurship that knows no boundaries. In the mosaic of this idea that will be shared during this conference, let us seek solutions that transcend the immediate and venture into relate of lasting impacts. Let us draw inspiration from each other's journeys and experiences, for it's through collaboration that the most audacious ideas take flight. I implore you to view this conference not merely as a congregation of entrepreneurs, but as a congregation of change makers. As we immerse ourselves in this discussion, let us remember that our inspiration must extend beyond personal success to encompass the greater success of humanity. In closing, I thank each of us for your gracing this event, your presence. Let us this platform to foster innovation that anchor through science and culture, cultivate growth that stand the test of sustainability here to Arish and Allied Conference. I will thank everyone here from um, this conference to JCI, our partner, all our partner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hafsa. Now we will move to GCI Shura Tarija with the local president, Victor. Hello, Victor. Victor, can you hear us? I think we can move to the next junior chamber until Victor will go back in this meet. We have now Gicia Constanta, Alexandra Stefania Mania. Alexandra, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your invitation to join your summit. I'm Alexandra Stefania Mana, the local president from JCA Constanța, a chapter from Romania, and I want to share with you our gratitude that our chapter is joining your summit, and can wait to share our experiences and new ideas for entrepreneurship. Thank you all.
Thank you, Alexandra. Now we will move to the GCI Aleppo with its local president, Noor. Noor, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here with you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much for Jesse Al Fahas for organizing this great summit. We are happy and we are honored here to work with you and looking forward for another activities. And I would like to thank all JSI Tunisia for this year great collaboration. We've already in JSI Aleppo established 3 projects with JCI Murnagia, JCI Fahas, JCI Bardo, and looking for more. Today we had a great chance to get the lessons learned from the inspirational case studies. We are having here so many ambitious entrepreneurs that we will share their stories with us. It's a great idea to hold this entrepreneurship summit from all over the world because the difficulties and the challenges we are facing it is rising day by day. So it's a great impact we will have by this case studies and by the panel discussion. We are looking forward for more cooperation projects and for great achievements together. Thank you all.
Thank you, Noor. We will now move again to GCI Shura Tarija. If Victor is listening to us, please um, answer to me.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to this conference. It's a pleasure for me. You have to, the message for the entrepreneur, you have to never start a business just to make money. Start a business to make a difference to start is so talking and start doing. Always giving more than what is expected of you, no matter how slow you go. as long as you don't stop. Remember to look closely to the present you are building, because it must resemble the future you dream of. Every entrepreneur doesn't become overnight. You have to go little by little or move forward. Ground, but you cannot despair or crazy. Only you have the power to empower yourself. Entrepreneurs have one thing in common. They go ahead, they change the rules, they reinvent the rules. They don't accept just one answer to. So if you are true entrepreneur, it doesn't really matter what country you are in. Just do it. Thank you very much, Director Rick Saji, and to the five organizations that took the challenge of being able to hold this international event. Thanks the entrepreneur and the experts and the rest of my family, JCI. Let's live each moment as if it were the last, and each day as if there were no other. Feel your neighbor. Defend with the soul and never give up with the everything, but deeply with the heart. Thank you very much and blessings from Bolivia, JCI, JCI Churacarija.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you all of these amazing words. Thank you also for this opportunity to meet on a global scale and discuss it on such an important issue. Now moving to our National Vice President of Tunisia, Hamza Saideni. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Dear National President, dear National Executive Vice President, dear members, dear local President, dear members. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Hamza Saidani, National Vice President at Senate GCI Fah. I want to welcome all the local chamber present here today, and I want to thank my dear President Bayram for the invitation and for the initiative to host this international conference, which will evolve mainly around GCI rights, branches, and entrepreneurship. This would be a great opportunity for the members and the participants in general to understand more the concept of entrepreneurship and its objective. Finally, I encourage you to interact and ask questions as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hamza. It was a great pleasure being here with us. Now we will move to our Executive Vice President, Ans Miftahi. Can you hear us?
Bonjour à tous. Il y aura une traductrice معايا, Marine Meguez, notre secrétaire général, si c'est possible. Marine, normalement, elle est là.
Hello everyone, I will be translating for our dear EVP.
Alors, tout d'abord, bienvenue à tout le monde. Merci pour cette invitation, merci pour cette opportunité. Sina Miftahi Ons, vice-président exécutif zone 1 GCI Tunisie. Marine.
Dear attendants, hello everyone. Thank you for this opportunity and thank you for this invitation. I am Ans Muftehi, EVP of the Area A of GCI Tunisia, and I will be presenting myself.
Tout d'abord, je veux féliciter les OLM qui ont collaboré pour organiser cette belle opportunité et ce forum international qui va être une opportunité pour tous les membres qui vont participer dans ce forum.
So I would like to start by congratulating the local organizations hosting this conference, which will be a great opportunity for the attendees and the participants to know more about entrepreneurship.
Deuxièmement, le sujet qui a été choisi pour ce forum, l'entrepreneurship, ou bien l'entrepreneuriat, si on pouvait dire. C'est un sujet fort qui a été bien exploité ces 5 dernières années, puisque partout dans le monde, partout dans les pays et partout dans les continents, on est en train d'inciter toujours pour la création d'entreprises, d'entrepreneuriat, afin d'augmenter le taux d'investissement de chaque pays et aussi afin d'inciter à nos jeunes pour aller au-delà avec leurs idées pour la création d'entreprises.
So I would like to say that I am really appreciating the subject, which is entrepreneurship, because mainly for the last 5 years, GCI has been focusing on the entrepreneurship aspect, and we have been inciting and encouraging the youngsters and young entrepreneurs to bring to life their ideas and their projects.
Thank you. Also, thank you for Mariam for the translation. Now we will move to the Executive Vice President of GCI Bolivia, Liz, I think Liz Ruby, and sorry if I spelled wrong. I think Liz is not here with us now. We will give her the floor when she came back here. We will now move to the National General Secretary of GCI Bolivia, if she's here, Jessica Ajatafar, I think. I think Jessica also is not here. We will now move to the national presidents. We have Ammar Isa, the national president of GCI Syria.
تحياتي للجميع. أول شيء أنا راح أستعين بالترجمة بالبينو حياني، لأنه لغتي الثانية للأسف اللغة الروسية. تحياتي لكم جميعا. أنا سعيد جدا لأنكم أتحتم لي الفرصة أن أكون موجود معكم في هذا المؤتمر. نور الترجم.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello everybody. First of all, I would like to assist El Pino Hayani with the translation because my second language is Russian. And I'm very, very happy to be here with you and for this great opportunity to attend this summit.
طبعا أنا أتشكر كل الجهود المبذولة لعقد هذا المؤتمر.
And I am very thankful for all the efforts that were applied for executing this summit.
ومن أهم التحديات التي تواجه الشباب في الوقت الحالي هي عفوا من أهم التوجهات التي تسعى لها GCI على المستوى العالمي هي دعم المشاريع الريادية بعد الأزمة الاقتصادية التي يمر بها العالم.
And here we are applying with the new direction that supported the entrepreneurs and small businesses, especially after the challenges that the whole world is facing in the economic situations.
أتمنى لكم التوفيق وأن يكون مخرجات هذا المؤتمر ناجحة وفعالة.
Wish you all the best and with a great achievements and outputs from this summit. Thank you all.
thank you, our national president of GCI Syria. Now we move to GCI Bolivia with Karina Puente if it's here, if she's here. No. I think she is not here. Now we will go back to Liz Ruby, the executive vice president of GCI Bolivia. Do you hear us?
Muy buenos días a todos, un gusto saludarlos. Mi nombre es Liz Rubí, soy la vicepresidenta ejecutiva de la JCI Bolivia. Bueno, darles la bienvenida a este hermoso evento. Reconocemos la participación y la iniciativa de estas 5 organizaciones locales quienes realmente están haciendo posible un evento sin igual, un evento bastante innovador y que sobre todo va a ser bastante productivo. Así que sean bienvenidos y agradecerles por esta iniciativa.
Thank you all for your intervention. But before going deep into the this initiative, we GCI Trust have like a little gift for the organizers with us, who represented our dear member from the international team, Walid Deep.
Good day, everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well today. First, good day, everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well today. First off, I'd love to introduce myself. I am Walid Deep, 17 years old, a member of the Tunisian local chamber, JCI Fahs, and a member of the international team. I would love to thank everyone who has been here to attend this conference and has given it their time. To appreciate your presence, I would give a special thank to every organizing chapter in their local language. Dear JCI New York, I sincerely express my gratitude on behalf of my chamber to each individual who participated in this international conference from your chapter. Collaborating with you to bring this project to fruition has been an immense pleasure, one that fills me with pride. Your presence here is truly appreciated, and I extend my heartfelt thanks. GCI Constanza, mi esprime riconoscenza faccia di ufficiale persona, cari attività la cesta conferenza internazionale in parte capitolo vostro. In nome del mio, collabora con tempo realizzare accesto progetto a fost piacere immensa. Cari umple di mandri, presenza vostra aici este cu adevărat apreciată, iar va mulțumesc din inimă. Ciura tariха, expreso sinceramente mi gratitud a cada individuo que participó en esta conferencia internacional de su capítulo. En nombre de mi capítulo, colaborar con usted para llevar a cabo este proyecto ha sido un inmenso placer que me llena orgullo. Su presencia aquí es verdaderamente apreciada y le extenso mi más sincero agradecimiento. جزء حلب بالنيابة عن غرفتي أود تقديم الشكر الخالص لكل شخص حضر في هذا المؤتمر. أن التعاون معكم في هذا المشروع قد كان من دواعي سرورنا. أقدم الشكر الحار مرة ثانية لحضوركم معنا اليوم ونتمنى لكم تجربة ممتعة.
I thank you, Wale, for this gift. But before going to the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, we would like to give the floor to the state president of New York, which is Virginie Rauge, I think. And sorry if I spelled it wrong. Virginie, do you hear us?
غريب مستر ولا مسز خاطر هذا الموالي نتاعهم.
Virginie, if you are speaking, we can't hear you.
ويلي الله يبارك ويلي مستر زيد انا لا ما حطيتش شيء شوف.
I think Virginie may have a problem in her connection, so we will start until she goes by. So the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. Virginie, can you hear us?
Perfectly. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
All right. So all protocols observed. I must say it gives me an immense pleasure to be among you all. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the chapters for this great endeavor. For me, I feel that JCI project should be like this. It covers all the four areas of development opportunities. And for me, when I see all these chapters together, I feel absolutely proud of being of this great network. I see that really like the brotherhood of men transcends the sovereignty of nations. And I really hope that you're all going to have a fruitful session. And I would like to congratulate each and every chapter for this fantastic endeavor. Good luck.
Thank you, Virginie, for your intervention. The Global Entrepreneurship Summit is not just an event, it's a convergence of mind, knowledge, and a catalyst for positive change. As we delve into a diverse array of topics ranging from entrepreneurship to innovation, we are confident that the perspectives you bring will enrich our collective understanding and pave the way for innovative solutions to the challenges of our time. Throughout this conference, we encourage you to embrace the digital realm as a platform for dynamic interaction, engage in lively debates during panel discussion, ask provoking questions, and seize the chance to connect with fellow participants. The virtual nature of our gathering enables us to tap into the wisdom of experts, visionaries, and trailblazers without the limitation of physical distance. Before we embark on this exciting journey, let's take a moment to extend our gratitude to speakers, experts, and entrepreneurs for giving their time for this initiative. Your dedication and commitment have set the stage for an unforgettable experience. So let's the Global Entrepreneurship Summit unfold as a tapestry for insights, a symphony of the ideas, and a celebration of international camaraderie. As we collaboratively shape the future of entrepreneurship, let's remain open to the possibilities inspired by the diversity of thought that this virtual gathering promises. Thank you for joining us, and let's embark on this remarkable voyage of discovery. Firstly, as in the agenda, we have the first session, an introduction to entrepreneurship, but unfortunately, our speaker have some problem with the connection. So we will move, I think, with the some brainstorming. Then we will move to the panel discussion until he joined the meet. I think we can have some key questions we can answer together. The first key question, how can you all define entrepreneurship? Please, experts, entrepreneurs, our local members, local board, national board, you can give your opinion in that in this key question, and we can discuss together. Can you hear me? Okay, I think I can nominate one of you, or maybe some of you, to discuss with us the notion of entrepreneurship. We can start with our national consular. We have Khalil with us, who is in charge of the CYE of DCI. Khalil, can you hear us?
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing great. I don't know if it's supposed to be good morning or good evening, so since we have multiple chapters from all over the world, so I'm really honored and proud to be here among you. First of all, I'll present myself as a member of GCI Challenge Grand Tunis and the National Council of CYE entire competitions of Tunisia. So, entrepreneurship is a major subject nowadays. So youth are trying to create something, create their own projects, be part of an be active citizens. So it's actually a key of the today's economy, and each and every one of us should be part of it. And it's something that we are living each and every day. Personally, I've lived this experience 3 times. I'm a co-manager in an architectural firm, and I have my own training company, and I do agriculture. So during this small path, I was facing many challenges and issues, trying to figure out what should be entrepreneurship, how can I create my own project. So we are here trying to give any help we can to any young person trying to create, trying to innovate, and giving some advice if we can to anyone who may need it. So entrepreneurship in itself is creating your own project, creating something out of your ideas and offering a product, no matter what kind of product it can be a service to others. And this is an important aspect of our life today, since anything and anyone can do it. So I'll be happy to assist anyone here if need any questions or anything with it.
Thank you, Khalil. I have I have a question for you. If you will explain entrepreneurship in 3 words, what will be the 3 words that you can say about entrepreneurship?
So the first one will be challenge, and the second one is creating well and expressing yourself.
Thank you, Khalil. I think I will now move to one entrepreneur so that he can explain what entrepreneurship for him. I think I may ask Alina if she's here. Alina, can you hear us? I think she's not here. We can move to the our next entrepreneur, who is Stevenson. Can you hear us?
Yes. So to me, can you hear me? Yeah, to me, entrepreneurship is actually a process of starting and operating a new business or venture with the aim of creating value, solving problems, and seizing opportunities in the market. So, as you know, entrepreneurs are individuals who take on the role of initiating and managing these ventures, often involving innovation, risk taking, and a strong drive to succeed. So, entrepreneurship can range from launching small startups to managing large scale enterprises. It can also be part times that makes money. It's actually characterized by creativity, adaptability, and the ability to identify and capitalize on market gaps.
Thank you, Stevenson. As I asked Khalil, can you explain for me what's entrepreneurship in 3 words?
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to double check. Whom did you ask? What was the name of the person?
It's you, Alina. It's you.
Oh,
He asked
okay.
about you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you so much. I just had some issues with my internet, but I'm very grateful to participate in this conference. And, well, in a few words, to speak about entrepreneurship, I would say it's a passion, it's a vision, it is the strategy. I believe that the entrepreneur is the person that is able to lead, to inspire others in the ideally sustainable and beneficial way, not only to, let's say, their own community, but see the larger vision and possibility to help communities around you, because we need to be the problem solver. We need to be able to see what is happening around us and how are we able to contribute to the society, to the community, ideally in the helpful and sustainable way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alena. Thank you, all of you. Continuing our momentum after the enlightening questions, we now shift our focus to a dynamic panel discussion that promises to amplify our understanding of entrepreneurship. Our next session brings a group of trailblazing experts whose collective knowledge forms a mosaic of experience. Allow us to introduce our esteemed panelists. We have Alex Dobo, who is a senator of GCI, specialized in marketing with an MBA degree, and he created ventures challenging the marketing status quo, including a full service advertising agency, a video production business, and analytics firms that delve in deep into the heart of consumer behavior. Uh, Alex, are you here with us? I think he's not here now. We will move to Patricia Salinas, which is a software quality assurance engineer, also the national vice president of GCI Bolivia. She's the GCI America Translation Team lead, and she's the 2023 GCI President Assistant, Bolivia visit. Hello, Patricia.
Hi, Saji. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me in this conference. Well, for me, it's very important to highlight the work that JCI is doing regarding entrepreneurship and also creating this innovative mindset that helps not only JCI members but all young members of the communities to embrace this entrepreneurship mindset and also to provide opportunities to the communities and the people that surrounds them. One thing I would like to highlight is that I'm so sorry for the noise. I'm currently between moving in the city, but I'm so glad I could join you. One thing that I would like to highlight about the entrepreneurship mindset in Latin America, especially, is that many of the businesses that young people are creating nowadays are shifting from what it has been from the past 10 years. For example, the past 10 years, many studies have shown that many of these entrepreneurships, many of these businesses have been created by necessity, by this survival instinct amongst the economical crisis and socio-political situations that many countries in Latin America have faced. But nowadays, thanks to the work that JCI is doing and thanks to this education that it's imparting to young people, many young people, many young businesses are created by opportunity and by the desire to provide more opportunities for other people. So that's very important. That's one thing I want to highlight. I cannot speak for the entrepreneurial mindset in other countries or in other continents maybe, but for Bolivia and Latin America especially, the impact that the CYE program, for example, has in the young people, it's been very, very important. We are one of the first countries that have executed the CYE program in the past 2 years in America, and I'm so sorry. There's a big truck coming. I will deactivate my microphone for just 1 minute, please.
It's okay, Patricia. We didn't hear any noise with you. Okay, I think we'll move to the next expert, which is Nicoleta Sacchiu. She is the Executive Director BNI Constanta, the coordinator of the National Training Program in BNI Romania. She is a businesswoman, a community builder and trainer, and she is building a large community of entrepreneurs in Constanta in Romania. Nicoleta, could you hear us? Can you hear us? Nicoleta, can you hear us?
Hello, everybody. You can hear me now? Okay, hey.
Yes.
Hello, dear friends. I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor for me because I am very passionate about entrepreneurs and communities of entrepreneurs. If I might say something today, because there are a lot of say, I was, I am, and I will be always an entrepreneur. And I think in today's world, networking is a necessity for entrepreneurs, because I think the problem for the entrepreneurs is solitude. You don't think so? Because the entrepreneurs are very creative, with focus with innovation, but a little bit of strategy, and there are solo entrepreneur. If you might, in Romania, it's a concept, solo entrepreneurs. I don't think it's the only country, because in our organization in BNI, there are 75 countries, and my colleague said also this. Okay, what I can say today, I think the most brilliant thing in entrepreneurial mindset is I think we will have to focus on 3 P's. I don't know if you say if you know this. The first P is product. An entrepreneur can deliver a very good product. The second P is process. We also focus on the process in our businesses. And the third P, and I think, in my opinion, the most important is people. Because in entrepreneur mindset, we will have to think to build uh, our business, not to be in business, to make logistics, administration, and to create this idea. And what is my opinion today? I think networking is an answer to follow people and to bring people and to grow people, because leadership, I think, it's the main subject today. In my opinion, leadership is always the main subject, and leadership is about the people. A mountain of research shows that professional networkers lead to more jobs and business opportunities because people follow leaders. Okay, so in my opinion today, I want to bring this idea. The entrepreneurs, we have to be with focus on learning every day, on learning leadership skills, learning to inspire people, and we have to be with focus on motivating the others around us. We have to be with focus on creating networks because networking is the special one when I think in marketing instruments. I am very curious. You has experience in networking, you people. Social networking or business networking?
Business
The
networking.
social networking.
Business networking.
Business networking. Okay. Business networking is about giver's gain. It's about giving that kind of leads that transform in one step in contracts. So I think if the entrepreneurs all around the world contribute to their families, to their works, to their partners with a strong network, I think they will be more successful. Because my advice today is build a strong network, and the quality of your business will be better. Focus on people, process, and product, and after that, it will be the successful one. I don't know if I transfer to you one idea, one good idea, but I think if you will focus on 3 P's, and after that, doing all of that with people, with a strong network. People might be your employees, or people may be your partners, clients, suppliers, brothers, sisters, many others, and maybe others entrepreneurs. Because if we will stick together and if we will ask specific referrals, maybe we will be more successful tomorrow. I don't know if you have more questions. I will put my I will transfer to the people who invite me. Thank you very much. My email address, and if you want one-to-one, I'm here to deliver from my knowledge. My knowledge is financial marketing and now professional business networking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicoletta. Um, I think Aya have a question. Yes,
Of
Aya.
course, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, hello everyone. So I have a question. I want to know what's the difference about social network and business network.
Social networking is that networking that we'll do in our families, in our parties, with our friends. It's networking who develop strong relationship, personal relationship. Business networking is more pragmatic. It's more focused on business because when let me, if I have 2 minutes, I will show you an example. Social networking is that kind of interactions where people said, hello, how are you? What are you doing? But there is no call to action. The call to action in business networking is please provide me a referral of a marketing director from that company specific. I don't know if you know the concept of target market. I think you will know it because it's marketing. Target market. Any business has a target market or niche. Okay, in business networking, if you don't develop a strong business relation with somebody, if you don't um, ask specific referrals, this is not business networking. Social networking is that networking when I am in a conference, let's say with a trainer, speaker, financial conference, and in the coffee break, I will be there and hello, how are you? And I will wait by the phone for somebody to call me. Business networking is that structured activities. I will be present in a conference. I will provide myself a strong elevator pitch because I will have to earn the visibility but earn the credibility that people have to trust me to deliver me that kind of referrals that put me in the profitability area. After that, when I leave that conference, I will make follow up. I will bring a presentation. I will make one-to-one meetings with that people, not to sell, not to sell my product, but to sell or educate that people to provide me business referrals. It's okay, yeah? Do you understand?
Okay, thank you. I got it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I think I have a question for you, Nicoletta.
Please, please.
You said that you have a background in the financial market. Um, you think what's the importance of the financial market on entrepreneurship?
I think it's very important to have a mindset of investing. I know many entrepreneurs that start their business with zero finance, and now there are very successful entrepreneurs. And the answer for me now it's because they had a background of knowing that kind of business, or they had already clients. But I think the discipline in financial it's very important in business, because if you don't have the discipline in a business, there will be a lot of chaos, and that chaos will bring the business down. So I think making a budget with 6 months in advance, making an investment with a lot of projection, with a business plan for 3 years is very important. I think making cash flow and budgets with at least 6 months in advance is very important for any business.
Thank you, Nicoletta, for your answer. I think Alex Dobo is here now. Can you hear us, Alex?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. I was just presenting each expert, and I presented you, but you weren't here. So you can present yourself and give some insights on what's entrepreneurship.
Okay, about me, I've been a member and I love JCI for more than 20 years. I'm originally from Bucharest, Romania, and I live in New York for 15 years now. I have experience in marketing, entrepreneurship, financial services, so lots of areas and at least two continents. And if you want, ask me the question again. What do you want me to talk about?
No, I just wanted to know, or you can give us like a small insight on what's entrepreneurship according to you.
So I'm fortunate living in New York. You have access to a lot of, I mean, if you have like like if you think in timeline, a lot of people think like Silicon Valley, Boston, and New York for startup environment. Of course, this become much more democratic lately. For example, there's a lot of startups in Estonia, and this is just an example. So I'm really embedded since I moved to New York into the entrepreneurship and startup environment. I went to conferences, I created and failed some startups. I also work with the corporations. So it's a very dynamic environment. It's also becoming much more organized. I mean, there's a lot of what you call accelerators, investors, venture capitalists. So it's much more like a structure. Going back to Romania, I could see that this is developing there as well. Like cities like Cluj, all the major cities there are starting to have like. I'm talking about the startups and also the environment that helps startups thrive. So I'm talking about the financial support, any type of support for startups. Then there was a question about what's the technology impact to it, and I'm very close and I love technology. I'm also sometimes people criticize me that I'm always trying to go far ahead, or get to the new platform and so on. And I also work in marketing, so the shift is
Sorry,
immense.
Alex.
Yes.
Sorry, Alex. I didn't go to the part of the question of the influence of technology. We are still introducing you.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot there's a lot of interest right now. I'm trying to develop a couple of business ideas as well. Some more things to announce in the coming months. And I love to travel a lot. In short, is I love JCI and all areas of opportunities.
Thank you, Alex. We will now move to our last expert, who is Khalil Meliti, a business analytics and marketing graduate from Tunis Business School, and Suzy, an entrepreneurship and economic development alumnus and innovation consultant. Khalil, can you hear us? Khalil Meliti?
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Alice, for the introduction. So just like Ali said, so I'm an innovation consultant with the Innovation Business Unit in EY Tunisia. And I was also an alumnus of Suzy on Entrepreneurship and Economic Development when we dive deep into the American ecosystem and we saw like how innovation works in there. And in my background, I worked a lot on ecosystem mapping and analysis. It is the point that Alex onboarded that an entrepreneur has to understand the environment he functions in, what support is available, who can help me, and who can facilitate market entry or any other aspect of startup development. So that is my background experience, and also I have a background in market research and analysis. And I am happy to be part of this panel today. And if I would leave you with an idea on entrepreneurship, I would like to onboard the golden circle. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the concept. It is a concept developed in the book Start With Why. So for all entrepreneurs, there is mainly 3 points they have to think about when starting. It is the first one, that is the why, that mainly comes from the problem you are solving, the passion, something that you are very passionate about, or something that you want to change in the world. And then you're gonna act, and you're gonna have an idea. Then we move on to the how, and this is the point that Nicoletta also onboarded. That is the process and the people. So how do you go on about developing your business, and who are the people you need to onboard to work on that idea that should be passionate about it and have the necessary competencies. And then we have the third point, which is the what, which is the product that you're gonna develop. And then we're gonna talk about the spectrum of methodologies, starting from design thinking to agility, and that entrepreneurs will learn along the way. So thank you for again for this opportunity, and I leave the floor to you.
Thank you, Khalil. Thank you, all the experts. So, drawing from your varied experience, these panelists are posed to navigate through the complexity, the challenges, and innovation, as you said, all of you shaping the entrepreneurial realm. We recognize that your participation is central to the vitality of this discussion. So, feel free to contribute your questions and viewpoints through our interactive platforms, adding a unique dimension to our exploration. I will start, I think, with Alex Dobo. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Our first question delves into a topic that is at the heart of modern entrepreneurship. With the rapid evolution, as you know, of technology, we have witnessed transformative changes in the business landscape. So let's kick off our discussion with this question. How has technology influenced the way entrepreneurs start, operate, and scale their business? Alex, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the question. First of all, technology has dramatically changed the landscape of how you start a business. But I want to focus more on the scale part, and I want to divide the question into two things, because I think there's two kinds of startups. It's like a startup which is more like a freelancer, so I want to be on my own and have, but it's not really a business in my opinion, and a startup that want to become financially sound business, and one that almost like a corporation. So I want to focus on that part because the second part because I think this is and I urge you to think more on this side. So my point is like, what's the difference? Like if you're a freelancer, you do everything, and a lot of times you can actually have I would say a strong word like a worse life than just working for a corporation. So I wanted to avoid that. The good news is like technology can help you do that, but you have to stay organized and stay focused. So I'm talking more about the scale part because that's something that's a lot of times missing in the initial business. And of course, a business has to survive first and then scale. But what I'm saying is like you need to think about scaling part from the first moments of the business because decisions you're making at the beginning of the business can influence your ability to scale. And of course, technology makes it much more easier. For example, last week for one business idea that I had, I found somebody that's much more technologically inclined than me, and install it, like a website directly on Amazon, like in the cloud. There's different ways to do that. The beauty of choosing directly more sophisticated solution is like then you can have a better ability to scale. So I think this is and also think about scaling technology wise, but also technology and team wise. So, okay, yes, you can do a lot of the website on your own, but think about how you can transition that maybe in the future to, a team, or you can outsource it. So this is very important for scaling and also keeping a very strong work-life balance. I think it's important. Also, there is another side to it. For example, I work in marketing, digital marketing. It's like my core competency. And if you think about it, yes, it's much easier to start marketing your business, but it's also much more complicated because there's a myriad of platforms, there's a myriad of formats, you wanna, and yes, it's much easier, like with AI, it's fantastic what you can do. Like you can create images, you can even create videos, but then everybody can do that. So it's like, what's your ability to differentiate yourself, but I'm coming back to the scaling part. So if you're doing everything on your own, yes, you have the help of AI, you have the help of various teams, but it becomes like much more draining. Like, you have to do more and more and more. And how can you do like differentiating ideas? So I'm coming back to, you have to structure from the beginning a way to scale both technologically, financially, and also your marketing. I'll stop here because, let's make it a little more engaging.
Yes, thank you. I think, Alex, I have a question for you. Do you think that entrepreneurs can be freelancers, or entrepreneurs is told for only those who have like the organization, the logistic part? I don't know if you think that freelancers are 100% entrepreneurs or not for you.
From my perspective, they are not. Um, I mean, yes, technically from the initial definition, yes, they are, but I think they should strive to think like more like a corporation. And this is outside a little bit of what the initial question was like technology. Whether I'm thinking like from work-life balance, from also my own experience. Like there is another aspect. You have to think like financial corporation. You have to pay yourself. So that's a if you think about startup startup thriving or being successful, a lot of them actually fail, and they fail in the first year. And one of the main reasons they are failing is because the business model doesn't work. But one of the main reasons is like the entrepreneur or the freelancer, it doesn't pay himself or herself, and that's a major mistake. So that's why I'm saying like even if you're starting as a freelancer and essentially you're a freelancer, try to think about like and I want to make it very concretely. So maybe you're a designer and you don't know anything about running a business, you don't have an MBA, but try to think about you having 5 hats. at least 5 hats. You're the CEO, so you need to, like Nicoletta was saying, you need to network and get referrals and get business for yourself. Then you have to think as a designer because you're actually doing the work. Then think like a marketer. So, but you have to switch your mind, like literally try to, sometimes like I work from home, I still dress like in an office because I want to put myself in the mindset. So like try to switch your mindset to be in uh, like I said, like a CEO, you're actually doing the work, you're the marketer. Then you have to think financially and accounting. I know I hate accounting, but you have to think this way. Otherwise, you actually might end up losing money. And I said like about you mentioned the word logistic. That's a very powerful word. A lot of freelancers don't think like that. You have to force to work on your like weaknesses, in a way. Work on your strengths, of course, first. I mean, use your strengths to develop the business, but also work on your weaknesses. And if you don't want to do some work, find somebody to help you with that.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for answering me. Thank you for shedding lights on the profound impact of technology of entrepreneurship. Your insights underscore how technology has become an integral force shaping the very fabric of business ventures, from inception to expansion. The fusion of innovative solutions with traditional entrepreneurial spirit is indeed a captivating narrative that holds the promise of boundless possibilities. All our experts here, of course, if you have anything to add in this question, feel free to discuss. Khalil Mediti, Khalil Binyones, Patricia, Nicoletta, how do you see the influence of technology on entrepreneurship? We will try to make it more interactive, not just one who is answering for each question. Yes, Khalil.
Hello again. So, just to add up a small thing about what Alexis was talking about and the influence of technology, I guess like having us today united from the four corners of the world discussing entrepreneurship is one of the aspects of what can technology help entrepreneurship experiences. So each of us sharing information, sharing our different experiences is very important. And even for any entrepreneur and any young entrepreneur trying to start somewhere somehow, he has access to information. He or she has access to information, and always getting being connected and having a lot of platforms to use. Like a few years ago, we were only limited to the actual market, the real market. Today, we have an internet market. Everything is being sold and commercialized over the internet, for example. So it's just an example of what can a technology influence on modern day entrepreneurship, and this is how I see it can be, and it can grow further and more through the life of any entrepreneur experience. Uh, the most important thing is to know how to use the technology and to make the most of it, and to learn from others from what they did right, and most importantly from the mistakes that they did.
Thank you, Khalil. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you for insights, for giving us this insightful opinion. Is there anyone who will have like anything to add? Yes, Alina, yes.
Hi everyone, one more time. Well, I'm based in New York, and probably later on I'm going to reintroduce myself one more time because my internet was interrupted and I a little bit missed that part. But to share a few words about the technology, I think it's huge, and the great example could be pandemic, when many businesses, starting from small businesses to large corporations, they had to adapt, and transform the traditional workflow communication between departments, overseas departments, local departments, into the digital world, and to learn how to do that efficiently. I'm coming from the fashion background, which has very traditional way of, performing daily duties, and it might sound surprising, but still it is. And I was fascinating how just by using, WebEx, or people were able to take home lots of their stuff that they used to store in the office and eliminate lots of time that they realized wasn't necessary. And then when the pandemic was over, they kept implementing those best practices into their daily business because they just realized that they can be more efficient. And that is again due, first of all, due to technology, and second of all, due to changed circumstances, due to understanding that we need to adapt. So I think that the importance of technology is very much influenced by the circumstances of where we are, and in the desire to find the solution how to make, the processes to be more efficient. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. I think we Felice have anything to say. Can you hear us, Felice?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can,
yes.
okay. Yeah. Hi. I'm also from New York as well, and I wanted to speak on how technology has innovated. I guess business for small business owners. What for one, the major thing I think is it's a huge equalizer for competition. One of the things that the bigger companies have is an extensive budget. And with that budget, they can afford the best communication, the best marketing tools, and have the most efficiency within their company. If people are very aware of what is really actually needed when it comes to delivering something to the market or for clients in general, the biggest things are communication efficiency and reliability. So the great thing about something like ChatGPT, although I know it gets hated on a lot, is that it allows people who aren't really great at communicating to communicate better in a professional way. To me, to be honest, I feel like most people get their things written by someone else anyway. So what's the difference between having a computer write it or having some assistant or someone that's hired to write your communication? Efficiency is being able to deliver deliverables and have some type of structure within your business, taking invoices, giving out invoices, being able to hire people, having a structure, spreadsheets. Technology has helped all of that. And if you could grasp how a big business work, maybe like a Fortune 500 company work, and kind of take some of that structure and apply it to your own business using technology, then I think that would help people scale in an incredible way. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes, thank you, Felice. Thank you all for this opportunity and, and this amazing panel discussion. I think we can move to our next question. I think Khalil Meliti, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think we are eager to delve into the realm of innovation and disruption. The entrepreneurial landscape has since visionary leaders who have written the rules of their industry. So, Khalil, could you please share your insights on what are some innovative strategies that successful entrepreneurs have employed to disrupt industry or create new markets? I think your experience will undoubtedly offer valuable insights into the art of reshaping industries and carving out new avenues. Khalid, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So let's be before like let's define the term like disrupting industries, and like make the difference between disrupted industries and adapting to new to other products. So for like how I see it, disrupting industries is like serving either underserved segments or creating new ones and creating new markets. And one type of startups that are really good at that are shared economy startups. Shared economy startups, like we talk about Uber, we talk about Facebook, even Wikipedia is considered as a sharing economy startup. We talk also about Bolt. And how what are these startups doing? For example, they are acting as the middleman, so they're connecting two markets, two segments, and accommodating the needs of those two segments. And the best example of that that I would like to cite is how Bolt. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Bolt, the application that where you can order a taxi. How did Bolt enter the Tunisian market? So Bolt, it was established before in another market, and then when it went to the Tunisian market, the strategy that it deployed, it was like very. I think it's smart, but it needed like a lot of funding. So what Bolt did, they actually entered they paid taxis whenever they opened the application. So and a principle when working in a double-sided market, you have to get one side of the market there to like to so you can present it to the other side of the market. So for Bolt, for example, she has the taxi drivers and those who are who will order taxis. So what Bolt did, it targeted first the taxis, and how it did that, it made them like it gave them money whenever they open the application. So at first, when you're a taxi, you download the application and you just leave it open like that, and your localization is open, and you get money even if you don't get rides. So that made taxis actually addicted to Bolt, and when they get a ride, it would generate them additional income. So that made them secure one side of the market, and then it was easy for them to onboard the other one. So whenever I open the Bolt application, I can find the taxi, and then it scaled to the other side, and now we can see like a redundance of many taxi applications and many shared economy like applications that went after Bolt. But that's how Bolt started. And what I want to say by this is like disrupting markets. It's not really about changing how people are interacting or how people changing what people needs or like presenting them with a need. It's more like adapting to what people need and targeting those who really need the service or need the product. So the idea here is like when we start in a new market, for me, from the idea stage, market research like is a must. You have to understand your market. You have to understand their needs. What do they want from your service? What are their specific needs? And one methodology that should be employed in the beginning of any idea is the design thinking, like where we empathize with our customers, define what are their needs, prototype, and come up with an idea, iterate until you find like this problem solution fit, and then working towards your so problem solution fit for Bolt was established in the first part when they onboarded the taxis, and then you will work toward product market fit. So when you have a product that can function in a larger scale with all your customers. So that and like many people want to define the product market fit like a point that you reach, but it's more than that. It's like a spectrum. So what level of product market fit are you in? So that actually can make you think about the innovation life cycle, and how can you employ each strategy and how you can test also test your ideas. So another example of how was an idea tested, it was like in the first one was technology introduced. So I don't remember really the name of the startup, but first when there was no e-commerce, no marketplace, startup like someone with an idea came idea to sell shoes online. So what did he do? He actually went to shoes stores. He took pictures of the shoes, and then he posted it. He posted it in just a landing page, a website. And Wimpy Zappos, yeah, that's the one. So anyone who read the book like about Lean Startup should know the example. So what he did, so he took pictures of the shoes and posted it online on a landing page without having any inventory, without having any product. So when people actually were interested, they ordered the shoes. And what he does then, he would go to the store, bring the shoes, and sell it to the people. So then he validated that there is a need for this solution, the solution that is buying shoes online. So then he can scale. So I think after that he scaled his operations. He had his own inventory to sell and to enter this untapped market then. And it was like that's how he scaled his. Yeah, I yes, it is like it's the lean. Yes, actually it is like a principle that entrepreneurs should follow. It's based on learning. I think we onboarded this subject earlier that entrepreneurship is based on learning, on adapting. So lean startup is like based on that principle, is that you have to experiment, iterate, and experiment with your end customers, iterate, get their feedback, and improve your product. And that's what all entrepreneurs are doing. Even Facebook is doing until now. So, like for example, the emojis that we find, the reactions or the emojis that we find on Facebook, before like you find people writing in comments, haha or emojis. So what Facebook saw that people actually need to can have a simpler way of expressing what are their reactions to a post. So they created this feature, and it's like an example of how they can adapt and how they can improve the product. And Facebook now is like an ecosystem of services where people can live, where people can have a seamless experience when they can do everything, actually from talking from to buying things, from looking at new places. I mean, and that's what I really love about technology. It's how that the opportunities are endless, and like you can actually learn and adapt it to your customers, and you can reach like further horizons. So that is it, I think, about disrupting markets. And let me know like if you have any further questions.
Thank you, Khalid, for sharing your valuable insights, your perspective on innovation strategies that disrupt industry, provide us with a compelling glimpse into the entrepreneurial world. I think, as he said, if any one of you has a question, please raise your hand, or if you have anything to add. Yes, Felicia, yes.
I'd like to add maybe because it sounds like a little bit what he does is similar to what services I offer. We do brand strategy, design, consultancy, and I hear him talking a lot about design thinking and how he comes up with ways to help his clients figure out how to come up with products or services for their clients, or actually how to get their clients to figure out what services they have. I definitely think that what he's saying about design thinking and coming up with a proper strategy is very important, and learning how to pinpoint and understand who your exact target audience is, and niching down versus trying to serve a bunch of people or solve a bunch of problems for a bunch of different people. This way, When the company niches down and they start the design thinking process, it's basically workshops. It's these incredible scientific workshops that help you dive deep into where you started, where you are, and where you want to go, and who's been supporting you and why. And then after you figure those things out, you're able to set forth a new path, and maybe affect your delta a little bit, and get a little bit more off of your ROI. But you won't really be able to do that unless you completely truly understand your product and services and how it fits in the market and who specifically it solves the biggest problem for. That's it.
Thank you, Pedishi, for your ideas. I think we can move to our third question. Now turning our attention to Patricia Salinas, if she is here. I think Patricia is not here, but this question will be for all the experts here. You can answer it if you want. Uh, as I said, we dive into crucial aspects of entrepreneurship, which is risk management. Starting a business inherently involves risks, and navigating them requires a delicate balance of strategy and foresight. So, could you please shed light on how do entrepreneurs identify and manage risks when starting a business? I think all of you, your expertise in this area will undoubtedly provide our audience with invaluable insights into the art of risk assessment and mitigation. I think I can firstly ask Alex, then I will move on one by one so that they give their insight if they want, of course.
I have a funny answer to it. Usually, the entrepreneurs they don't measure risk, and actually, that's actually a very good thing because there is a study that was done for Empretec, which is an entrepreneurship program started in Brazil. So people like me, like for example, I have a master degree in marketing and so on. They are not good entrepreneurs in general because they think too much, basically. And most of the successful entrepreneurs are the ones that just do it. They just start and they have no idea what they are doing. So I would say that it's funny, it's a little bit sad, but a lot of them, and some of them are successful, they don't think about risk. I think it's important to think about it, but on the other hand, a lot of them, they are successful by not thinking about it. But again, think about the failure rate, which is 90%. So I think I don't answer your question, but I'm answering it in a different way.
Actually, I want to back up what you're saying, Alex. So yes, actually, the successful entrepreneurs are those that they don't like think too much about the risk, but they know that it's there. So it's like the mindset of developing, learning, and adapting. That's what makes them minimize those risks. So the risks are mainly the same for any business. So you have like the market risk, the technology risk, your internal risk, HR, and everything. But the thing is that a startup, by definition, it's made like for learning, for adapting, for scaling. And if you think about those risks and you like start calculating and making business plans and thinking like inside of your building to minimize those risks, that will take you a lot of time and reduce your time to market. And like then, actually, in our time now, if you don't like start it quickly, there is other people that will do it and will do it better. So the thing is, the first to the market and minimize your time to market. So start anything, like the example I just gave for Zappos. Start anything, and then you will learn what the market needs and what strategies to employ to minimize the risks that you will know along the way. So that's actually what entrepreneurship and innovation is all about. I don't know if it answered also your question. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. We have also Nicoletta and Alina. We will start with Nicoletta. Nicoletta, can you hear me? I think we will start with Alina. Oh, okay,
Okay,
Nicoletta, it's
okay.
here.
Now I think I had a smaller problem with my microphone. Okay, so what is the risk? What is the risk in entrepreneurship? It's important to accept it, to transfer it, to reduce it, or to eliminate it. But I fully agreed with this kind of mindset that entrepreneurship in the first year or they have an idea, they are freelancer mostly, and they didn't know the risk. But I will not agree that it's better like that. I think the best solution for this I don't know, for this kind of situation is for that entrepreneur to focus on creating relationships with other experts in that field, because I think it's cheaper and it's better for us to learn from others' mistakes. And I think this is the answer here about the risk, because when even when we create a new market, a new business, a new without or with a business plan, it's important to know what are the mainly question, the mainly issues in that industry area. Even though this is I don't know, even though this business is a disruption, anyhow, the clients are the psychology of that clients. It's new by somebody. So I think any entrepreneur will. The solution to minimize the risk is to be part of, even though he or she is a freelancer. The solution is to be entrepreneur. They have had or they will have that kind of provocation in that in their business life. This is my my opinion about the risk. Yes, of course, I knew many freelancers or many entrepreneurs that didn't calculate the risk, and let's face it, all of us been there, done that. But the solution is the other people experiences. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicoletta. Thank you. We have also Alina who wants to give uh, her opinion.
Yes, thank you so much. I share Nicoletta's opinion as well. I also agree that, yes, of course, it depends on what kind of industry we're working in, but there will be always some certain level of risk. However, we should not neglect the study of the market before we start diving into the project. And we also should not neglect the versatile opportunities of studying the market. For example, if someone wants to introduce some product, you may go on the internet and you may just Google companies there. That's one approach which is valuable. Another thing, you may go to the actual stores, you may find the ways how to connect with buyers and have one-on-one conversation. It may take time, and sometimes people may find that step a little bit intimidating because you feel that you need to go actually to the field. But by having those conversations, that's when you will actually get information. Are you going the right direction? Maybe you need to adapt your idea. Maybe you need to partner with someone. Maybe the stage where you are right now is maybe too fresh. So you might need to take more time. And again, also, second thing, risk and the desire to deep dive right away depends on what kind of business are you going to do. For example, when and responsibility, of course. One thing to even to make a mistake, or and again, right, in business there is not exactly the mistake; it's all the learning process, right? But when you're doing something on your own, that's one thing. Another thing, when you start business and you want to go to investor right away, and you want to ask, for example, half million support, and you come and you say, hey, I have a great idea, and I think that we need to get this investment maybe for the next 2 years, and this is the business plan, and we see how it's going, how we're going to give you the return, right? So that's different approach, and your risks are different. So that's why prior to getting, for example, to that stage, the study of the market, the study of the product, I think it's crucial. It helped me a lot with my business. I was involved in different business accelerators prior to launching my company. I saw other companies, and yeah, so I think it's very important to study before you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elena, for your opinion. We have also Felice who wants to talk. Yes.
Me?
Yes, yes, and I'll keep my response short. I'm a person who thinks that you don't have to go into business so blindly. I 100% believe in strategy, and I think that if a strategy is applied right, then you won't have to feel that your industry or your job is so risky or your company is so risky if you strategize right. I keep hearing market research, and market research is great, but the only problem that I have about market research is that it focuses on products and not humans. I think that human research over market research is better because then you're actually figuring out how to solve problems for specific individuals because the way that the market survives is by feeding it money, right? And the way that we make money is by solving people's problems. So I think that if you come up with a product or a service, and then before you even think about putting it to market, if you even do just a little bit of research on who it might help immediately, what type of impact it will create for the community, then you will have incredible insights, and the risk level will drop tremendously. That's all.
I have something to add, if I may.
Yes, yes.
So, and this is, I mean, I think across the world, but it's very much based on the experience in United States and also from reading books. So I will insist on this, like, separate your own finances then compared to your business. This is one of the major risks. And it goes like this because the business will maybe have clients down the line. Sometimes the entrepreneur thinks, okay, I'm okay because I have money coming in. But if you calculate more and or you're more detailed, you'll see that actually you're not making enough profit or you're actually losing money. And I think this is one very simple way you can manage risk just by try to separate even definitely have separate accounts, but make sure that you have this discipline.
Okay, Elish can speak.
Yes, yes, of course.
Hello everyone, I am Hamdi Ergel, founder of GCL FAS and National Councillor. About the risk, I can speak in Tunisia now. I have a lower and many a procedure to cover this risk. I work in company insurance. You have title, you can cover the risk of entrepreneur or employee when with the strategy of responsibility civil. You can integrate the company of assurance in your strategy to uh, to to go to everything for about risk, because the risk plan you should be also integrate the company of assurance. I think it's can help about and calculate business plan or everything. You should be uh, integrate the company of insurance because they have a strategy to cover the fire or or responsibility civil of this entrepreneur, because the idea the idea of project we need we need also some strategy with uh, government or everything. You have advance, you have support, so you should be integrate the laws. In Tunisia, I think we have some laws to protect and to uh, uh, advance the entrepreneur to work. Sorry, because I am my mic. Good. You can hear me, Jane?
Yes.
Yes, yes, of
Okay.
course.
Yes, we can hear
Uh,
you.
And my idea, and I think my idea, you can assimilate my idea. You can
thank
understand
you.
my idea about the company of insurance. You can cover the risk. That's my idea.
If I may
Uh,
add something,
just I want to welcome to him and introduce him to you for because he just joined now. I want to welcome again to our national counselor of finance in GCI Tunisia, who is Hamdi Hagir. Thank you, Hamdi, for your intervention. You can Khalil now, Khalil Militi. The floor is yours to say anything.
yes, thank you. I liked how this discussion went into diversion thinking, and I like these different perspectives. So just to get back to the point where we started, like with me and Alex, like saying that we should like jump on into the idea and start something. The thing is, it's like all we said. It's actually that's what should be done. So starting from market research, either with any standard or traditional methods like making research on the internet, competitive research, or going outside of your building and talking to your potential customers. And to add more sense into it. So an innovation and like a typical innovation life cycle starts from the problem and ends with the growth and scaling. And what comes in between is all risks. So the first one, and especially for technology, for technology products. So we're starting with an idea, starting from a problem, and we would like to reach a problem solution fit. So to what extent our solution is solving this specific problem. And for that, you have like two risks. The first one is, of course, like market risk and the technology risk. So to what extent does your technology work? To what extent is your technology like adopted by that specific segment of customers? And to what extent like can they assimilate it? So when we work in a tech savvy market like in the United States or in Europe, like you can employ any technology that you want, and there is a tech savvy people that gonna use that. But what like if you're working in other underdeveloped or like less tech savvy environments or markets, maybe like very simple solution like relying on very simple technologies can work. And like the first thing that you're gonna prove is your proof of concept, the proof of that. And this is like where design thinking comes, and this is where like the idea of prototyping, testing, and iterating until you get like a final product that can be adopted by your customers work. And then like this is like the first risk when you eliminate technology and it can be adopted by your customers. And then we go on to the spectrum of like product market fit. And that's where, and the idea that I want to say is like from the start we can start with a prototype, like a simple even two buttons that can work and prove like our idea can work, and then we can scale it. We can scale it how? By market research that can be done even through the solution itself, A/B testing, and like doing experiments with your solution, moving buttons around and seeing how people interact. And there is like many softwares that you can use to track the activity of people on your website. And like for that, when until we reach the product market fit, so like we have a product that can be adopted by early adopters, those people that really can invest and like give you feedback about your product. And then when you go to the product market fit, it's more like about scaling, how you understand your customers, how you converse with them. and like eliminating more the market risk. The market risk is how, to what extent can you scale this product? Can more people, more other than your early adopters, can use this product? So like the idea is just to start with something, even if it's minimalistic. And there is like many, so the products start from prototype or a proof of concept to a prototype or minimum viable product, where you work until product market fits, until like you have your final product. And final, like it's not really final, it's still adapting. And like you can you get more feedback, you keep the market research aspect going on until like you develop and you have this scaling, this big scale that you can dive into even other international markets. So I hope like that I made the point clearer, and I leave the floor to the other experts.
Yes, thank you, Khalil. I think Andrew has anything to add.
Was this Andre or Andrea?
Yes, you. Sorry, I don't know how to spell your name.
Yeah, sure, no problem, no problem. I didn't want to take somebody else's floor. Anyway, I'm Andre. I'm from JCI New York City, and I'm super excited to have been invited to this event, and it's awesome. A special hello I want to say to JCI Constanța, salut dragii mei din Romania, and JCI New York City. Anyway, I was listening to see what you guys have to say, and I don't think I'm an expert in this area, but just reflecting and mirroring what you guys said, and uh, the discussion is like everyone has to say something, and everything makes sense. But just to recap, what I understood is that basically uh, what we have is that 50% of business for example here in the United States is just 1 to 20 people, right? 50% of GDP is generated by small business, not like Amazon, Apple, and Tesla, but just really small businesses. This is 50% of businesses, right? Any business that's created in the first year, right? 50% of the businesses that start, right? So the risk is big, right? I understand that's a good question with the risk. 50% of businesses that start every they will go out of business in the first year, right? Half of them. And then in the next 5 years, another 25% will go out of business and they will not generate any money, right? And you're left with 25% that only 5% of those will actually generate money and will survive over 20 years, right? So the risk is big. I understand that. The rest who won't go out of business, they will just stay like afloat a little bit, sort of. So it's a big deal. And then for the past, like I say, Obama's administration, I remember the 50 half of the businesses were not doing the business the way they were doing before Obama took office. That was just like in that 8 year gap. So that means like it's true what you guys say, that you got to be adaptable to the changing environment, and I agree with that, right? It makes sense. But now I want to say this another thing. Let's say my this is my opinion, right? I'm gonna say this is my opinion. Like I see a lot of guys, what they do is this. First, they go invest. That's a big risk, I say. They go invest into a big office. They have great idea. They go hire an accountant already, hire somebody else, a project manager, and they haven't made a dollar yet. They haven't made a dollar yet, right? And they have to pay the bills for the office, all the expenses, and they don't even know if the customers want their services or products. Even though they worked for another company, they thought that they could get some projects, they could get some customers, and they could do that. In reality, that's not that. So what I say is that to minimize this kind of risk, this is my opinion, right? I'm not saying maybe you have big plans or stuff, but my idea is that first, step one, there is different levels of risk, I believe. And then step one is that start making some cash first before you start open a office, to minimize your risk, right? Start making generating some cash into your business, right? See if customers want your product. Once you do that and you see they want, then your next level, I think, in my opinion, is you're not making the money. You are leading a team. You're building a team that will make your company successful. That's your job as leading a company, right? You're not gonna do the work, little work. You're gonna go target customers and choose the right people that will make you successful. That's the step number two, to minimize the risk. Once that is in place, I feel like then you go and hire more people, and then rent a office or buy an office, start investing into your business and expanding. I think that's step number three. So you're gonna minimize your risks before, like, don't put the look at all these businesses. They start like Amazon started from a garage. Somebody started from a basement. Somebody started from somebody's houses. This is true, I guess, right? And I, I feel like I'm speaking for the little guys, right? Not to like big grandiose ideas. That, but the third thing is that